Yo, yo, what up, everybody? Thanks for tapping in. We ran a little bit late because, that's the way life is sometimes and stuff. But, we're right here with Angie from Sweet Life. What's
What,
up, Angie?
what's going on?
Thanks for
What's going
stopping
on?
by.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Yeah, yeah,
Thank you for
definitely. Why
having
don't
me.
you introduce yourself a little bit to the folks here?
Hey, what's up, guys? My name's Angie. I'm the owner of Sweet Life LA, Michelada company that started in South Central. Um, we've gone up to San Francisco, all the way to Washington State, Arizona, and I believe actually we had an event in Texas as well. So we're getting familiar with different states as we grow.
Move the mic a little bit closer to your mano. Yeah, cool, like that, yeah. Oh, that's cool. So, damn, so from South Central. Damn, that's
So,
like right in the little
yeah,
I
from
don't want
South.
to say the South Bay still, but that's like the background of the South Bay already,
Yeah, yeah.
close to Inglewood. We're really familiar with South Central being from Inglewood and all that. But so I guess let's start out by telling us a little bit about yourself.
So I was actually raised in Mid City.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I went to LA High.
Mm-hmm.
Early 2000s. 2000. I'm a 2007 kid.
Uh-huh.
So I grew up in Mid City. I lived there for 20 years, 21 years actually.
All right.
Born and raised in
Mid
Mid
City,
City,
like what area and
like
stuff?
La
La
Brea,
Brea out there?
Washington.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I stayed there for 20 years, and then
You were born when you said?
89.
89? Oh, okay, but you were in high school like in the 2007 and
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah,
Yeah?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay,
Graduated in
yeah, yeah.
2007.
All right, nice, nice. I'm class of '03. '03?
Hey, not that far from me.
Yeah, I
Not
know,
that
right?
far.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And we moved to South Central when I was 22, and ever since then I've been in South Central for what, like about 14 years now, going on
Oh, man,
14
yeah. South
years.
Central's home then and
So it's
stuff.
different now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I still
Like, it's,
consider,
it's, it's South LA now, huh?
yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
still consider, and I say it all the time. I'm still like I'm not very familiar with South Central. Like, even though I've lived there for 14 years,
Mm-hmm.
I'm still not like 100% like
Okay.
comfortable, like, because I don't really know.
Like, you don't know where the best taco spot is still?
Oh, I
Or?
do, I do,
Yeah? All
I
right.
do.
That's number one, no?
But
Like,
yeah,
gotta
yeah,
get the
I know
good eats
that
and
for
stuff,
sure.
right?
But
Yeah, yeah.
I wasn't raised, so I don't really know like a lot of other things.
Oh, okay.
I was more on the Mid City area. I know, like, I pretty much grew up there.
Oh,
All my
okay.
life.
Yeah, yeah. Elementary, junior high,
Yeah,
through
so
high
I
school and
really
stuff.
don't know like the South Central high schools, the South Central elementaries.
Uh-huh.
Like, I don't really know like any of that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I moved when I was already an adult.
Yeah, yeah.
21.
Uh-huh.
But that's where it started, and actually the company started in my garage. And
Oh, shit, for real?
yeah, yeah, like, so
That's a funny story. Our company started in a garage too.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
the printing part of it. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
It started at a garage, and it wasn't honestly, I didn't think it was gonna get this big.
Oh, sure.
That's the most honest, brutally thing I can say. Like,
Yeah.
I said, oh, I'm gonna start selling actually agua frescas.
That's how you started Agua
Yeah,
Frescas?
yeah, agua frescas.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
2020,
Uh-huh.
I sold agua frescas at an event.
And not to cut you off, but just to go a little bit back. So you moved to South Central, you're living there, and then that's how you start your company? Like right then and there, or like?
No, it took some time.
Okay,
It
because I
took some
kind of
time.
wanted to know a little bit of like how you got inspired to do something.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Well, so I moved to when I was 21. I moved to South Central.
Mhm.
I live with I live with my mom, my family.
Yeah, yeah.
And I worked at Trader Joe's for 14 years,
Okay.
for a very long
Yeah.
time.
That's a good company to work for
It,
too, no?
it is. It
Yeah.
was. It is.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
I heard it still is.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I worked for South Central I worked for
Trader
Trader Joe's
Joe's
for
and shit.
14 years, and then I started hanging out with some friends that own some lowriders.
Okay.
And I was like, man, like, I got myself a lowrider at the time. I got one, and I'm like, man, like, I need extra
Oh, we gotta
money.
know what lowrider you got though.
I have a Monte Carlo.
Oh,
Like,
nice,
yeah,
nice, yeah, yeah. Like a
Um,
85 or something.
84.
Oh, shit,
Yeah, yeah.
that's dope. Yeah,
And
yeah.
I got it, and then I'm like, man, I need extra cash to buy my parts.
Mm.
So I was like, man, like, what am I gonna do? Like, I might just get an extra job, right? I was like, oh, I'll just get an extra job to get more extra income
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
my car parts. So then one of my buddies was like, hey, you should sell your agua frescas. We're having a car show. And I'm like, what? Like, I can do that? And he was like, yeah, yeah.
So you were making agua frescas just for yourself and like parties or family
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff?
Like, so my mom did an agua fresca, and then my friends were like, "Oh, like these are so good. You
Yeah.
should start selling them," you know. And I was like, "Sure, I'll do it." So I did like my first pop up was in Canoga Park.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the reasons why I have so much love from the valley.
All
I'm
right.
not from the valley, um, or I don't hang out in the valley at
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
But I have a lot of love for it because
All
every
right.
time I'd go to the valley, they have shown me nothing but love.
Yeah.
Like every time I go, they sell me out. I got a lot of customers in the valley. So I show the valley a lot of love. So in 2020, my friend's like, "Hey, we're gonna have a show. Come through. Like come and sell."
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't have a canopy. I didn't have a table. I didn't have anything.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, man, well, like, how am I gonna like put these agua frescas? And my friend's like, "I got a table for you. Come through."
Yeah, yeah.
So I showed up and I sold like everything.
Yeah, yeah. It was it like so makeshift, like kind of like just a foldable Costco table and
It
shit?
was just a regular table, yeah, like a
really?
regular Costco table,
Yeah.
and he posted, and he posted it up for me, and I was like, sure.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I just I started selling, and I didn't even have I mean, I already had the name because
Yeah.
the name was already like in my mind, like what kind of name I want to put it, but
Okay.
it wasn't like trademark. It wasn't really like 100% what
Yeah.
I was gonna put it. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
should I use that name? Should I not use that name? So I just that day it was just like I sold it all, and then that same day some other guy came up and he's like, "Hey, like I'm having a show. Like your albums are really good. Like you wanna be part of my show?"
Oh, sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Through
And I was-
networking, basically.
Yeah,
there,
yeah. And
huh?
I was like, sure.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, for sure. Like, so I started doing a lot of pop ups with agua frescas, and people
Okay.
would ask me a lot, like, "Hey, you have micheladas? Like, you have beer?" And I'm like, no, no. And one day I was like, you know what? Like, I'm gonna just try it. I'm gonna just buy a case of beer, and to see if I sell it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And yeah, I mean, there was a huge show going down in downtown on 15th Street.
Uh-huh.
And I remember
Another lowrider show.
another
yeah?
big lowrider show.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, it wasn't one of those huge show like indoor
Like
shows.
the super
but-
show and stuff?
Yeah,
like-
not no. This was like more like a street show,
Oh,
like a
okay.
cruise.
Yeah.
And I was like, sure. So I took my case and I sold it within like half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh wow, all right, cool. So the next show, I was like, all right. So I brought more, and then I started bringing more, and then I came up with my own mix. I knew that I knew this guy that sold Michelada at the time, but I was like, I wanted to come up with my own.
Okay.
He
Yeah,
had
yeah.
his stuff.
Mhm.
It was good. He inspired me, and I was like, all right, cool. Like, let me do my own mix. So at home, I just started mixing things like, my Michelada at first had 7 ingredients.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah.
I've tasted some that have been like super salty. And
Oh,
then
yeah,
I
yeah.
pour my beer on it, and it's just like
It's
adding
still-
salt to the beer.
Yeah, it's
and
too
I'm
much.
just like, oh man, like yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And I like it when it's because I'm not a big fan of the liquid ones myself, right? I
Oh,
like
okay.
the dry cups like we got here, like
Yeah.
the ones you brought. But when they're moist, does that
Oh,
that
okay.
kind of make sense and stuff?
Yeah, yeah. Because some of them are super dry.
Super dry,
Yeah,
yeah,
it
and it
depends.
foams up like kind of bad and stuff,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it sits on the top, and I'm just like, oh, yeah, yeah.
It's different.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's maybe the rotation. Like you gotta rotate. People they sell them to the stores, and then when you fill them up, they don't rotate it. They don't put the old ones in the front.
Oh, okay.
And then put the new ones in the back.
Yeah.
Maybe this sits there for a long time, and maybe it gets really like dry.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, yeah.
That's one of the things that I like to do. When I
So they're meant to be fresh for sure, too. Kind of
Yeah,
not as fresh as possible. and
semi-fresh,
stuff, right?
semi-fresh. Yeah, like
okay.
I mean, I try to keep my product as fresh as I can.
Sure,
As possible.
They told me the mic's blocking your face, so I don't know what we could do, but let's just keep going, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me see.
I think that's cool, no?
Yeah.
That position right there.
Yeah.
Right there where the chair is at, you're good right there. 'Cause
Yeah.
my bad. You can move, but right there, your face is perfect.
Okay, perfect. So I just I literally started from pretty much nothing
Man, in your kitchen.
in my kitchen, and I don't even say my kitchen. I started my mom's kitchen.
Oh wow, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't really, I don't consider everything mine, because I have a team.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Yeah, I noticed that's what you got. You post a lot of that in Instagram, like it's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
team behind that makes it happen and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. You
I
know?
mean, you see a lot of my face. You know, I'm the face of the company, right?
Yeah.
But I do give a lot of credit to my family. Because of them, I feel I owe them a lot. You know,
Okay. They were
they've
supportive and
always been
everything.
supportive. You
Yeah.
know,
Because I
my
know my family dan carrilla, you know, and if I told them, man, I'm gonna start selling micheladas, they'd be like, dude, there's a bunch of that shit at the store already, you know? Like they would be shutting me down and stuff, you know?
yeah. No, I give them a lot. You know, even on my personal life, they've always accepted me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I think that that's what it keeps me my why. It keeps me going. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it keeps me going because, you know, it's kind of hard. You know,
Mm-hmm.
being accepted from a family.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
you know,
And you're Mexican también, right?
no, no, no. My
No?
my family is from Nicaragua.
Nicaragua. Okay, cool,
Yeah, yeah.
cool.
My
Yeah,
family
yeah.
is from Nicaragua. My both parents are.
Oh, all
But
right.
I always say this. So I have Nicaragua blood, but my
Mhm.
heart is Mexican.
There you go, right?
Because I have a lot of Mexican friends,
Mhm.
and I just love the Mexican culture. You
All
know,
right, yeah, yeah.
I love their food.
Low riding and everything and shit.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, yeah.
right?
I love it all. You know, I
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
went to Mexico last year, and I had a great experience with a couple of my friends.
Yeah. Where'd you
and
go in Mexico?
I went to San Juan de los Lagos.
Okay, I've never been there and stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's in Guadalajara.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was pretty fun.
Nice.
It's different.
Yeah.
The food tastes different.
Definitely.
For sure. For
Yeah,
sure.
every little spot in Mexico has like the way they do certain things too, man, which is pretty
Yes.
dope, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Their tortillas different. You know.
Isn't it a trip like in Mexico? You could eat all day, no? Like
Pretty-
everywhere
pretty
you go,
much.
street food at home, and then everywhere you go, it's like, oh, ya comiste? Like you're ready to eat again or
Yeah.
whatever and shoot, man, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's different, but no, it was I always say my team. It's only 5 of us, but it's my team, you know. My mom, my grandma, actually.
She be helping out too and
Yeah,
stuff?
she's like super active, you know.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
like she stays with me, and you know, she's all like, "How can I help you?" Like
Uh-huh.
put me to work. I want to, you know,
Oh, yeah,
and I'm
nice.
like, "Oh, grandma, no, it's okay." Like,
Yeah,
no, I
yeah.
want to help.
Oh, you
Like,
don't make her do all the heavy lifting and
No,
stuff?
no, no, no. I don't. She wants to put stickers. There's times where she's like, I want to put stickers on the candy, you know.
Yeah,
I want to
yeah,
put
yeah.
stickers because she likes to feel like part of it.
Yeah, yeah, for
and
sure.
I would never take that from her. Like,
Yeah.
I think that she inspired me to keep going every single day, you know.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
She
Yeah.
brought her entire family from Nicaragua, so it's a big inspiration, you know. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
she kind of like wants to be part of it, and I can't take that from her,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So I think that's
This is why she brought her family for opportunities
Right.
like this, and now
Right.
you know she can be a part of it as well too, which is pretty dope, you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it started from nothing, and we're working our way up. You know, it's been I feel like it's been a little rough.
Uh-huh.
It's always rough. You know?
Running a business always, especially in the beginning,
Yeah.
right? You know, because
like
you
a
pour a
roller
lot of
coaster.
money into it and stuff too.
A
no?
lot of money.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It's been a lot of money, a lot of sweat, a lot of tears. Man, a lot of stress.
Yeah.
A whole lot of everything.
Nah, and I can
know?
feel that too, because I have a regular job and stuff. But when we started doing our own thing, you know, we started investing in music for marketing. And you know, the marketing is like the most expensive thing. Like having to go do a show, or like we haven't done a show, but like dog shows or a lowrider show. Like you have to invest to get there, your product and all that. And then do you have enough or do you have too much and stuff? No, but we were investing in different artists, like from different areas, and we were put money in all their music and come out. Like if you see a lot of the music that's out there right now, like on a lot of the channels like that we mess with, a lot of it came from us as well too, supporting that artist and helping them get up and keep consistent music coming out, you know.
Yeah.
And obviously if you people that don't know, like in music, the return is not always there, right?
Right.
You know, like with any business,
Any
right?
business,
You know,
yeah.
but we try and get the brand out there as much as we can. That's our marketing expense, you know. And you
Yeah.
know, marketing, you can spend $1 million,
It'll go.
and not saying we spend $1 million, but like quick and maybe make 10 grand back if you don't know how to spend it wisely or whatnot,
Right.
right? You gotta. That's one of the things, and if you probably had this, you learn through trials, huh? Right?
There's a lot of trials.
Yeah, for sure, right? Yeah,
You're like, oh, I just need 10, and then like 10, you're like, boom, it's gone.
Yeah.
Oh, I just need 15,000,
Yeah.
and it's gone. You
Yeah.
know. In a business, if you're really into it, I feel like obviously there's gonna be limits to the money, but
Yeah.
you gotta learn how to manage it.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know.
And then when you become profitable, like how do you reinvest it too?
Yeah.
No, kind of like where do I need to put it back in?
I think
you
that
know?
was my biggest mistake at the beginning. I
Mhm.
made it was I started during COVID, you know,
Oh man,
like 2020,
yeah,
you know, 2021. I was making pretty decent money, you know,
yeah.
and I wouldn't say I blew it, you know,
Because
but
alcohol sales were high too at that time too.
oh
I
yeah,
remember
and then
seeing,
like you
yeah,
know people were staying home,
yeah,
people, and then there was a lot of my customers that were they wanted to go out.
yeah,
They didn't want to stay home. Like, oh, I'm
Mhm.
tired of being home, you know.
yeah,
So they wanted to go to the cruises, you
Yeah.
know. So, um, I look back and I'm like, man, like I was making really good money. I could have just add more and more and more. But at the
Mhm.
time, I was like, all right, cool. Like I have a business, but I didn't even know like it was gonna get big, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't think about mass production.
Sure.
I didn't think about employees. I was
Yeah.
just like, oh, it's just me and my mom, you know.
Yeah,
But
but
now
like
you're like
scaling, right?
it
Yeah.
escalated,
Yeah.
you know. It's like, all right, cool. Like I have, you know, 2 employees, you know.
Mhm.
I gotta make sure that I'm busy on the weekend. I
Yeah.
gotta make sure they're busy on the weekend, you
Sure.
know. So it's a
Because
different.
otherwise they'll find
dynamic.
something else to do too, no?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm actually pretty flexible. I feel like I don't even call myself I don't even call it. I don't
La
like
patrona
calling.
and shit.
No, I hate it. You know, I'm just like, you know, I'm just Angie.
You're a team member and shit.
I'm just a team member.
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah,
crew
yeah.
member. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
I don't like calling myself a boss.
Mhm.
I'm just Angie. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
on my jacket. You know, I'm just Angie.
Yeah, me, I'm different. I'm not the boss, but I like to call myself the boss and shit.
I just because I guess I was just a member for Trader Joe's for 14 years, you know. So
Mhm.
I don't consider myself a boss. I wanna. We're all a team, you know.
Yeah, for
we're all
sure.
a team.
Yeah,
I get paid, you get paid, we all eat, you know.
yeah, yeah.
We can all eat.
That's a good
So,
mentality to have, man, because that's what builds good companies.
It
You know?
working for that company actually helped me a lot.
Mhm.
A lot of discipline, you
Yeah.
know, a lot most definitely. I remember at a young age, you know, in my early 20s, I had a couple friends that would go out and drink and they would go party and all this stuff, and I would work.
Yeah.
I would choose to work Friday night. I would choose to work Saturday night
Mhm.
because I didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
I didn't. I was never a party person.
Oh, okay.
I've always like, man, like I want to do something, but I didn't know. I was like, I don't know what to do.
Okay.
But now that I think about it, I was like, man, like I guess I was destined to have my own company. I guess, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. And then it takes a certain, I don't want to say character, but a certain type of person to be able not only start a company, because anybody can start a company and all that, but to make it a successful company, it takes a certain kind of breed, I think, for sure, because
it does.
There's times where you're doing something, you're like you said, like, oh, I'd rather go out. Se hace el work, right? And
Right.
if that work doesn't get done, then the next day it's like, what are you gonna do? No, like you don't have what you needed or something, you know?
You're right. And
Yeah.
actually, it happened. It's happened to me. I wouldn't say multiple times.
Sure.
It's happened to me a couple times. You know, where like, all right, cool. Like I want to go out and have fun with with some friends.
Yeah.
And then the next day I have like, not exactly the next day, but on Sunday I have an event, and I didn't really prepare myself because I was like, okay, I'm trying to have fun on Friday night, but then I'm like, I'm sold out early on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Yeah.
I didn't have enough chamoy, I didn't have enough mix
Mm-hmm.
because I'm like, okay, I wasn't 100% prepared.
Yeah, yeah.
So now I don't really do a lot of shows. I wouldn't say I pick and choose the shows.
Sure.
It's just it's a lot to manage. Because we have stores now, we supply to stores.
Yeah, I know. When you told me that, I was like, I thought I had seen one of your products and stuff. But I think it was a competitor one. But we'll get to that too and stuff, you know.
We have 14 stores.
Nice.
And it's kind of hard because we got the stores, and then we got events, and then we got people ordering online on Instagram.
Yeah.
So I
And then you got us. They're like, hey, I need it tomorrow and shit. You know.
that's the good thing though.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
really go out and I make sure the
There you
product
go,
is there.
right?
You know.
Yeah.
But no, I always try to have I try to have the product available. At all times.
Okay, cool.
And not only we sell micheladas, there's a reason why I named it Sweet Life. Because down the line I wanted to come up with different products.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be able to be like Sweet Life gummies.
So you already had that in your mentality,
I did.
like yeah.
I did.
And then to go back a little bit, so when you were talking about like you're gonna start making your michelada mix from the shows because people were asking for beer, and then you stopped at 7 ingredient. Can you tell people the ingredients, or like is that kind of like your own?
That's
like,
my own. That's my own.
Your own thing.
Yeah.
How about this? I always have a question. What holds all the thing around it?
The
like,
tajin?
Yeah, the tajin around the cup.
Tajin?
Yeah. Oh, it's tajin también?
yeah.
It's not like a confection is glue or a
No,
glaze
it's
or
just
something?
tajin.
So wet tajin.
Yeah, just what tajin.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I always wondered. I was like, because I've seen cups and it's on there like sticky, you know?
But going back, everybody makes their own ingredient.
So it's like a paste. It turns into a paste then, no?
It's like a salt.
Oh, okay.
It's like salt,
And I don't know if you want to say too much. I mean, because I don't know, you know.
So like, I mean, they're actually honestly, they're pretty easy to make.
Yeah, it's just a flavor that you find that you like, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Not only me, I actually
The world in a way, no?
I
I like
all the
them.
time.
Yeah.
There's one thing about me. I could like one thing, and then my customers like another thing. You know, my customers like, oh, I like your gummies, and to me, it was like, I don't like my own gummies.
Oh,
you know,
okay. Yeah,
but you guys like them, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna continue that route.
Sure.
You know, because I normally put my customers first.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah.
You know, so if my customer is like, oh, I like your chamoy like this. You know, I like it when you make it watery or like watered down, because I can put it on anything, on fruit, on top of the beer. You know, on anything.
Yeah.
Some people don't like the chamoy. That's kind of like the ones that they sell at the store. That's kind of like hard.
Yeah.
You gotta dip in your cup, and because you can't really use it
No, you
for
can't.
fruit.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's kind of hard. You know, everybody has a different way of doing chamoy.
Oh, okay.
I have a different way. Other people have a different way. Some people don't even put tajin, but I put tajin
Yeah.
on these cups. You know.
Yeah, and I like the mango one. I like how you have the different flavors. I personally like the mango the flavor and stuff.
I'm a big watermelon.
Oh, the watermelon.
I love watermelon.
Yeah.
That's
And not a
one of
lot
my
of people
favorite.
do the watermelon one too and stuff.
It's kind of hard.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
kind-
okay.
It's,
Is it? Yeah.
It's one of the hardest. Actually, it's one of the most selling chamoy we have,
Mm-hmm.
but one of the hardest one to do,
Oh,
because we
wow.
actually make it fresh.
Yeah.
So the chamoy, it's like, it's easy to make, but it's also kind of like your own recipe, you know.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to blend it in, making sure, gotta test it.
And you're doing this like in big tubs, like pots and pans and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
I actually, no lie, I burned like about 4 or 5 of my mom's, like,
oh, really?
bowls,
Uh-huh.
like soup bowls,
Uh-huh.
because I used to just do it. I actually still have videos, you know, when I used to just do it, like
Oh, man.
a little bit, and I would just burn it.
Uh-huh.
And I bought another pot for her, and bought another pot. Now we have pretty big pots. We got 4 big pots.
Yeah,
you know?
you invested and got the
Yeah.
appropriate equipment and stuff, no?
Yeah, slowly.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
but
Because otherwise, in the little soup pots, you're making like 20 of them, no? You'll be there all night, no?
oh yeah.
For
I
that
mean,
process.
there's times where I still make them like that, you know, when
Depending on the orders and stuff.
depending on the orders, or like I have this show that's coming up in Arizona. That one's a pretty big show.
Okay.
There's
I saw it's the Arizona Super Show. No, they
Yeah.
do this in Orange County too, I think, no?
Yeah, they actually
Yeah.
did it, and at the Anaheim Convention Center.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've been to that one. Yeah.
That one's pretty dope. You
Yeah.
know that was a pretty big show.
Okay.
That was pretty dope.
So
and-
the Arizona one is just as big and stuff? Or?
yeah, it's pretty big as well. You know.
Oh, man.
So we started in the lowrider scene, so we're very I wouldn't say like 100% known, but they know us. You know.
Yeah. You and your Monte Carlo and stuff, no?
I haven't even. You know what? It's funny. I haven't even fixed it.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
That's
you ended up falling in love making the thing, no?
That's
And
the
you're
sad
just like,
part. You know, I think that's one of the things where everybody, you know, my mom makes fun of me. You know, my sister-in-law makes fun of me.
This is why it started.
Well, they're
Right?
like, sell it. You're not even gonna fix it. You know.
Yeah.
But it's like, this is how I see it.
Mm-hmm.
I can have it sitting there, looking pretty. I can fix it. I've had the money to fix it.
Yeah.
I've had the money to make it look how it's supposed to.
Yeah.
You know. But what's the point of me having a car when I haven't even accomplished my dream, accomplished my goal?
Yeah.
I want to be able to enjoy my ride and be able to just go on a trip and do, you know, ourselves. Like my sales are just, my product is selling, and I don't even have to be there.
Yeah.
You know, that's my main goal.
Yeah. And that's you're already a step close to that because you're in stores, right? So eventually it'll be automatic orders.
Right.
And I saw one of your posts. You're hoping to get into the stadium.
Yeah, that's, you know, that's I
think
love that.
you like the red team, no?
I do.
Yeah.
I'm a big 49er fan.
Yeah.
I know.
You know that even though we didn't win anything, we're happy we just beat the Niners twice this season. Yeah.
Hey, you guys got lucky.
Yeah, you know?
I've always been a 49er fan all my life. You know, I've loved the 49ers. My biggest dream is to have our Michelada mix
That'd be dope,
in
right?
the stadium.
Yeah.
You know, they have a Michelada bar there,
Yeah.
but I want to be able to accomplish that, you know, or having the mix at any stadium.
That'd be
you know, the
dope.
Dodger Stadium, and that would be a dream come true. You know, the same city that I live in, I've always lived in my, you know, my entire life.
Yeah.
Having my mix in there would be one of the biggest accomplishments. You know,
No, that's dope.
I think that's when I would be like, okay, cool, like let's fix this car. You know,
Yeah,
because I can focus on the car. I can be like, all right, cool, like let's take it to a super show and Kentucky, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just chilling, you know. I have a lot of buddies that have amazing cars, you know.
Yeah.
I look up to them.
That's cool.
I look up to a lot of people that have amazing cars, you know. But I just have a different goal.
Oh man, and you know, and we ran into you by chance, cause and it's crazy, cause you guys probably hear me talk about this a lot and stuff, but I believe a lot in the signs of the universe and how destiny works sometimes, you know, and God, of course, and all that, you know.
Right.
But we were buying micheladas from the this other brand, right? And unfortunately, at that time, he couldn't get it to us when we needed it. And we always try and do it at least a week in advance, but sometimes 4 days before tailgates, right? That's when we do it at the tailgates. And then I saw this guy that we follow I think he does shrimps and stuff.
Oh yeah, chili.
Chewy's Chiles or something like that. I'm not sure.
So yeah.
But I saw something and he posted a
Chinito.
michelada and I was like, oh, we follow him. And so I hit him
Chinito.
up and then I was like, hey man, hey, you saw the michelada mix? Because we're looking for some micheladas. Coincidentally, the guy just told me he couldn't and I saw him post it. And then he's like, nah, but my girl Angie, she got you. Tell her I sent you. And then I was like, I hit you up, super responsive on the spot. I think we had the micheladas like in 2 days and stuff, you know?
Yeah,
we had
yeah,
like
yeah.
40 or 50 of them, I think, the first time. And it's a trip because we do it at the tailgate. We sell clothing, but we like to partner up with different brands to like sell. Like we have a homie that's doing coasters, so we put the coasters out for them. That you have your thing, so we try and partner because we don't sell beer, right? But we do it as a like to promote brands, and obviously you make a little bit of money on the side and stuff, you know. But we do it to drive people to our tent to get free stickers and hopefully they buy hats, beanies, or whatever, no?
Right.
And that day, everybody that we switched that day, and everybody was like, "Oh, you got watermelon? Oh, you got mango? Oh," and then they were all tripping out on the flavors and stuff, you know. And it's sold out. Everything has sold out that day, you know. We're like, "Oh, for the next one," but unfortunately, we only had the 2 games that we were able to get it. So we're waiting for this season to kick back off. You know, we're always at the Rams tailgate because we're hometown right there. You know.
Yeah.
So,
I wouldn't say I'm I have love for I have a little love for the Rams.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
A lot of my good friend Steve, my buddy, he's a big Rams fan.
Oh, all
you know?
right.
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
one of my brothers, he's a Rams fan.
Oh, okay.
So I have that that percentage of love for them, for you guys, and
Yeah. And I'm not
it's
gonna
always
lie.
been love, you know.
I used to like the Niners because the Rams had moved away,
yeah,
right? And they were like the closest team. And my uncle's a big Niner fan, so we used to watch the games together because I like the sport. But once the Rams moved here, I was like, dude, I gotta go. Like, that's my team. That's hometown, you know? Like, that's where we grew up, and they're right there. We had even made some shirts that say Inglewood Rams and stuff,
Oh,
you know?
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know, trying to market our city and stuff like that. But and going to the tailgates too. You started at tailgates too, right? You were doing tailgates?
I did some tailgates. I did some tailgates in 2022. I did some tailgates at SoFi.
Oh, right. Yeah.
A couple of my friends.
Yeah.
And then I was going to San Francisco a lot. So in 2023, I did, I think, 6 tailgates.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I did about 5 or 6 tailgates out in San
In
Francisco.
San Francisco.
Yeah,
Driving out there with your merch and everything.
There was times where I would drive to San Jose by myself.
Oh, man.
And I met friends out there.
Yeah.
I've always had friends like everywhere, you know.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I've met a couple friends, and they would lock me in, like, oh, you can post up next to us at the tailgate and do your thing, you know.
Yeah.
It was a good run. It was a good run. I met a lot of dope people. You know, you when you do these tailgates, I love the networking.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it's about the money, but it's more about networking because those people tell another people, oh, her michelada mix is good, you know.
Yeah.
So they will order it without even trying it, like, oh, so and so told me about it, you know.
Yeah.
So that's how I kind of grew more in San Jose because of the tailgates.
Yeah.
The tailgates and a lot of the 49ers I have a lot of 49er family.
Oh, okay. And you put out good vibes too, so it seems like you're easy to talk to and all
Yeah,
that
no,
stuff.
I
And
feel like
you know,
I'm pretty chill.
yeah.
I'm a pretty chill person. I try not to like. I'm not aggressive.
Yeah.
I try not to be aggressive.
Yeah. You know,
But,
it's funny because when I was a teen, I was the total opposite of what I am now and stuff too.
oh, the more
You know, I was
aggressive.
more aggressive. I didn't like making new friends because I already had my friend group. And, you know, as I grew up and ended up getting a career and meeting like all kinds of older people, right? I started seeing like, wow, like this was pretty cool. This was pretty cool and stuff, you know? And then I think they changed me in a way where I
You
was
kind
like,
of
you know,
change. Yeah.
yeah, where I'm kind of like, now I'm more receptive to not, and I wouldn't say friendships because not everybody could be your friend, but
Right.
you make good partners or good partnerships or acquaintances and stuff, right?
Right.
You know, and
Right.
then but it's trippy. You put out good vibes. I know when the homie picked up the first batch, he was like, "Hey, she's pretty cool, man." You know, like yeah, and I was
Thank
like,
you.
"Oh, that's dope," because we like to fuck with people, and excuse my language, but that we vibe with. You know, we don't like to do business just with anybody or
Yeah.
anything because like you said, it's not all about the money, right? It's about a good experience and
Right.
stuff too, you know.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. And it feels good, like you're an entrepreneur and then we're helping each other out in a way when you think
Right.
about it, and
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
both making some money and stuff, you know. So that's
Yeah.
pretty dope.
I like that sound better than anything.
Mm-hmm.
We're both making money.
Right.
You know, I don't like to eat by myself. I've never said if somebody knows me, I have a lot of I have a lot of friends.
Yeah.
I don't like to eat by myself.
Okay.
When I'm eating, even if my friend doesn't have money, like I'll treat I'll
Yeah,
treat
yeah,
you
for
because
sure.
I feel like
It'll come back around too,
always,
no?
I like to give back, and
Mhm.
you meet dope people that kind of like they teach you like, hey, you know what, like it's I've always been a giver,
Oh, okay.
the
Yeah,
biggest thing, and I guess
Do
it's a
you find that
curse.
people take advantage of that sometimes?
You know
though?
what, they used to.
Used to?
Yeah,
Oh,
when I was
yeah.
younger, I used to be such a giver. I
Yeah.
would always, I'll give away my free Jordans. I'll be like, here, you can
Yeah.
borrow them and
Yeah.
you just keep them. But as you get older, you kind of have to like, okay, cool, like, chill
Yeah,
out.
I know.
Like,
Yeah,
chill down.
Because I felt like I became a giver, and I feel like people take advantage of
They
it
do, they
sometimes
do.
because they take it for granted too,
Yeah.
right? And it's kind of like, oh, I'm only doing it because we're buds, bro. Like I'm not, you know. And I always tell my wife too, cause I talk about my wife a lot and shit, cause we've been together like 20 years, so it's
Oh,
kind of
nice,
like,
nice.
I know her, like we talk a lot, and she knows I can't hear a sobbing story. So like when she's gonna tell me about, oh man, this person, like the la viejita, she lost her job and this, and I just be like, damn, well let me see if we can give her like $200 or something,
Yeah,
because I'm
for
always
sure.
like that, like I feel bad, or like sometimes you go to the bakery and then like the person can't pay.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'll be
But,
like, hey, you know what? Just I'll pay for it, or wherever it is, a liquor store or anything, no. And
yeah.
I can't take like a sad story, because I grew up poor as fuck. So yo siempre quería cosas,
Yeah.
growing up. So I was that's why now like I just be like, oh man, like if I see an opportunity to help somebody, I like to help and
Yeah.
shit, you know.
Yeah, I'm the same
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
I like to help. I like to help people.
Mhm.
I think the feeling, the feeling of giving back is more than just taking.
It's crazy, huh?
You know?
Yeah, definitely.
Like I feel like I feel more when I give you, when I help you,
Mhm.
than when there's times where people are like, oh, here, take it. Oh, no, for you. And I'm just like, no, let me sell you.
Yeah, yeah.
And I feel bad. Like, I'm
Yeah.
like, no. Like, I'll pay for it. But because I've been always a giver. So it's kind of hard even to take compliments. It's kind of like, oh, okay, thank you. Like, like, I don't know what to say. I'm
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like, oh, I'm kind of shocked.
Yeah.
Because I've always been, a giver,
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard
To take.
Yeah, it's
definitely.
really hard,
right?
to take.
Yeah.
And that's
I
one
feel
thing.
shy.
Yeah.
I get a little embarrassed and stuff,
So now that I'm older, I'm just like, okay,
Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
like, all right,
Yeah.
But I mean, it started. The company started from nothing.
That's crazy, man. Yeah.
Now it's growing.
Yeah. So, and it's all family employees, or you have like employees, people that you hired?
I have one employee.
One employee, yeah.
I have one employee that is not family.
Especially with the shows and stuff, right? That takes a lot of work and everything, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It I love doing outside of LA shows.
Uh-huh.
Why? Because you meet new people.
Yeah.
You network with new people. And sometimes when you go out of LA and like you know, you got to leave your comfort zone. You
Yeah.
know, we're from LA, right?
Yeah.
So if you go to like San Clemente or you go to Stockton, you don't know these people.
Mm-hmm.
And then those people to other people.
Yeah.
And then there's other people from different cities coming to that
Yeah,
show.
to that show, right?
So they're like, oh, I'm from Texas, you know,
Yeah.
or I'm from New York. Oh man, this is so good, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just like, you just start expanding. You know, people start asking questions, ordering, you know, from different cities and different regionals and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's different. I love it.
Yeah.
I
And
love,
you have a website. I know we were talking about that
we're
earlier.
we've been working on the website.
Uh-huh.
Somebody used to run the website. We've been down on the website for a couple months now.
So like that, people can order direct from the site too. And
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
Right?
They used to, the website used to be up,
Uh-huh.
but it wasn't completely proper managed.
Oh,
But
okay.
we're working on getting it back up
Yeah,
and
yeah,
running
that's cool.
again.
Because especially going to different shows, people sometimes you just pass out flyers, no?
Yeah, yeah.
And
We
they
pass
can,
our business cards. You
Because
know,
right now it's like Instagram mostly, right?
Instagram. Yeah. A lot of Instagram and emails. A lot of
okay.
Instagram and emails.
Yeah.
But no, like my mom, when we go to shows and my mom goes with me, she loves going out. She doesn't even give away flyers. You know.
No?
I feel like they know her more than they know me.
She's talkative and
Oh
stuff.
yeah, she's like super. Like
Yeah.
I tell her all the time, Mom, you're the CEO now. I'm like, this is your company.
I saw a
I'm
post
like,
that you said the other day. You were like, if everybody knows my mom, they know that we're different and
oh,
stuff.
we're different.
Yeah,
You know, she's very talkative. She likes to have fun. You know,
Uh-huh.
my couple of my friends, they give her like drinks, and I'm like, what is she doing? Like,
Yeah.
Mom, we're working. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
and she's more like outgoing. You know, and
Yeah,
I'm more
yeah.
like, I like to be on top of things. You know,
Oh,
I like,
okay.
like this.
Game
this,
face and stuff.
Yeah, I'm always game face.
Yeah, yeah.
And I've a couple years have showed me, you know, in the lowrider scene and different scene actually to kind of just chill. Like it doesn't have to be game face all the time.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
kind of like just relax. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I was always so like prepared just to work. You know.
Oh, cool.
Now I've just been like a little bit more mellow. Like I'll do my videos. You know, before I wouldn't really do like a lot of face videos. You know.
Yeah. I haven't got to that yet, you know.
But I'll do
Yeah.
some like face videos and stuff, you know. But no, I always say like my mom's the CEO. That's the CEO. That's the
Oh,
new
yeah?
CEO.
Yeah.
I'm just the face, you
Yeah,
know.
operations VP and
That's-
stuff.
yeah, because everybody, my mom has such a great vibe, you know,
Mm-hmm.
that everyone like they ask me about her more than they ask about me. They're like, "Where's your mom?"
Yeah.
Like I'm like, "Oh, hello," you know,
Yeah,
like. But I love it, you know. I love that they love her.
Oh, that's cool.
You know, she has fun out there. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
She-
That's cool. Family, you got your family close.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
doing something that was first to make extra money and it became your passion and stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know? And now you're like full throttle.
Yeah,
Right? That's dope.
yeah, we're full
Yeah.
throttle.
You sell merch also and stuff, shirts.
We
and,
used to
yeah?
sell merch.
Uh-huh.
We used to. But now I just give it away.
Okay.
There's
But
times.
like the Sweet Life name is pretty cool and stuff, you know?
Yeah. A couple people are like, oh, you know, you should put like Sweet Life Micheladas or Sweet Life, you know, this. But I like to keep it just Sweet Life. That's because it could be anything.
Yeah.
You know, we have we have 2 lines besides the Michelada. We have a snack bar.
Oh, I
we have
noticed that, yeah.
We have a catering department too. Like
Okay.
We have a snack bar. We have the paleta cart. You know, so
Paleta, like the popsicles, the
Yeah,
fruit
yeah.
popsicles? Yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
so
The square ones, no? Rectangle or whatever?
the Michoacana ones.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
So I have
yeah.
a buddy that owns a Michoacana. So I collabed with him last summer,
Uh-huh.
and I told him, hey, you know what, like. I come up with an idea. You know, I always come up with ideas.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, what's up now, Sweet Lady? Like, what's going on? And I was
Yeah,
like, hey,
yeah.
so what do you think if we make a paleta with my chamoy?
Uh-huh.
And he's like, hey, that's not bad. Like, let's try it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I came up with it, and I sold out.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and then people were like, hey, you know, how much is it to rent it out? You know, and I was like, sure.
Oh, shit. All by chance in a way, no?
Kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
yeah.
then I met other people too, like at the beginning of this year.
Uh-huh.
I've always just been sold micheladas, agua frescas, and gummies. Like that was the top three.
Oh, okay.
And then this year, I came up with the snack bar. You know, I have a really good friend. Shout out to Gordo Habachi. He was like, hey, you know, like
Gordo Havachi.
Gordo Habachi.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
he has a food truck.
Yeah.
He's a amazing guy.
Yeah, I assume he bachi fried rice and stuff type thing.
Oh, the bomb.
I'm a fried rice sucker, man.
I
There's a
love
few
it.
things in life like banana bread, fried rice, and miches. To me, like honestly, I'll be like,
Good combo
I'm
right
living
there,
it
huh?
up, man. You know? Yeah. And I
Yeah,
like IPA, so I'm weird. I put the IPA in the michelada
You like
cup.
IPAs?
Yeah, that's all I like to drink. Today I'm drinking Pacifico, But I drink IPAs, and people be like, dude, IPA is already a good beer. Like, why you throwing them? I was like, because I like Miches and I like IPAs.
Yeah.
Why am I putting them together and shit?
You're not the first person. I actually have heard a couple times.
Oh,
a
you
couple
see?
people,
Yeah.
that like different. There's different flavors for IPAs.
The hazy
too.
IPA is the best one to put on the thing, and there's this one called Wolf Pup.
Oh,
Fire.
really?
Yeah,
I gotta
fire.
try it.
Yeah,
I gotta try it. But yeah, like it was just
Your
out of-
paletas, and then you got your cart for the
yeah. And then
yeah.
like I
So-
was telling you, like out of nothing, like my friend was like, hey, like you should start doing a snack bar. You already deal with candies, and I was just like, huh, all right, let's do it.
And what is the snack bar? I've seen some of your posts on it
So,
and
so
stuff.
the snack bar is actually a table, and it has about I think it's 7 or 8 different type of candies. We put different candies, and you can we leave cups, and you can put all the candies in a cup, and you
And
can
these are
mix.
all candies you make?
These are all the candies that we make. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But like you make like the gummy worms, like
We
your own
don't.
flavor.
We personally do not make the gummies.
I see.
We
You
perso-
flavor them.
We flavor and we
Oh,
do the
okay.
chamoy.
Yeah.
We get it to we get it all set it up together for you
Okay,
guys.
yeah.
We'll leave it there for the party. We'll make sure you guys have everything you guys need,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll pick it up later on.
Oh, cool.
But
It's good for kids and stuff too.
it's good for kids.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like I mean, I have.
Can I get a beer? My bad. I'm gonna pour a Michelada. You don't mind? Cause
Oh,
then
you're good. You're
it's
good.
gonna be like. I'm gonna tell everybody how it tastes. Although I tasted the bigger cups. Oh, like the mango. It's meant to be. See? I don't know if y'all can see in the camera, but the Sweet Life Michelada has the mango on it. It's fire, man.
These actually, we were they were such a big hitter this last summer.
The smaller cups. 'Cause we bought the bigger ones, I think, and they had like the candy inside.
Yeah,
I
it
think, or
had candy
something.
inside. These were just quick ones that one of my friends wanted.
See, and these
I
are
find
fresh. Like you can see that it's moist still and stuff. You know.
Yeah. We totally forgot to put candy inside, but normally they all have candy.
You can't have a Michelada podcast without drinking a Michelada and stuff. I don't know if you want one too. And
No,
stuff,
I'm
you know?
actually
I mean,
okay.
they're yours, but you know. Yeah, thank
No,
you.
I'm okay with the Pacifico.
Oh yeah.
I'm okay,
Yeah.
There's times where I'm like kind of fed up with Michelada.
Mm.
You know, like I'm fed up with chamoy. I'm fed up with everything. I'm
Because
just like, I
whenever
don't
you're
want-
making it, you're tasting it.
Yeah, I'll try a little bit. Like we're making, like my mom, myself, my brother's helping me, and we're all making it. And I'm just like I'm dipping, like I'm trying it. I'll get a candy and I'll get some, and I'm like, okay, it's good. But it's
Alright.
like we do it every other day,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm like, I don't want more chamoy.
Yeah.
I don't
And
want.
then that's another question too. I mean, I don't want to say you drink. Do you drink a lot, or like how did the Michelada mix like? This is something that because you were drinking other people's Michelada, and you're like, I'm gonna just make my own flavors.
Yeah, so I tried like I was telling you at the beginning. I tried this guy. He inspired me. He had his Michelada mix, and I'm like, okay, like, I want to do my own. So I just started like mixing flavors. La salsa negra, salsa roja. And I just started doing my own flavors, like, and I'm like, you know what, like, this is pretty good. At first, it was like, all right, it was okay.
Yeah.
And then I started adding different ingredients, and it just became, I locked it in.
You liked it in.
And a lot of people,
And it's consistent all the time
it's
now.
consistent all
Yeah?
the time. And a lot of people don't just use it for micheladas. They actually use it for the cocktail.
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna tell you because that was the next thing I was gonna ask was I seen videos where people are putting like the tequila little cups on it,
Oh,
like the little portable bottles, like poured in, and I saw somebody doing one where you said Squirt or 7-Up mix.
oh yeah.
Instead,
So
right, for
some
like
people,
a virgin one,
yeah,
basically.
virgin michelada.
Yeah,
Yeah. A lot of I actually had a lot of non-alcoholic customers that
Okay.
they just like the mix. They want like a virgin michelada.
yeah.
I have friends like that became pregnant. They're like, oh, I'm craving a michelada, but I can't drink beer. And I'm like, and then I had
You
another
should have
friend.
got pregnant. Nah, I'm
I know,
joking.
right? And then I have another friend. She's like, hey, you know what? Let's try that michelada with squirt. And I was like, yeah, sure, try it.
Yeah,
And she liked it. I was like, let me try it, and it was actually pretty good.
yeah.
And then I had another friend that tried it with mineral water.
Okay.
and it was good.
Yeah.
But the one with the square was better.
The better, yeah,
for
because
sure.
of the sweetness and the salty, right?
Yeah, and
Probably.
the grapefruit
Yeah.
flavor. And yeah, I had couple people that like just regular, and then I have a friend that she normally buys it to put, like, she's doing ceviche. Instead of putting clamato, she puts my mix in the ceviche.
Oh shit. Yeah.
So
So people are getting creative with your product now and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And they post a video and tag you on
Oh
it.
yeah,
and
they
stuff.
always send it to me. They're like, "Hey, it's cool if I send you." I'm like, "Yeah, go ahead. You know what? Post it and tag me. Like, I'll repost it. You know."
Yeah.
But yeah, people come very creative.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. Yeah.
I like that. I like
That's
that.
actually pretty cool. And then that means people are enjoying it. Like they're trying to find other ways to.
Oh yeah, they find different alternatives how to take it. Yeah,
definitely.
for sure.
So you know, most of the business people that I've talked to never have to do with food, right? It's always like a clothing or woodworking, metalworking, 3D printing or whatever, right? So to me, this is considered like a food business in a way, right? Like
That's food.
what
It's
are
considered food.
what are 3 challenges that you can tell people that you ran into that you never expected, basically, you know? That you were like, damn, I wish somebody would have told me that shit, you know? There's probably more than 3, but I'm sure there's
No,
3
actually,
that bitch your ass. No.
No, I've always said it. Do your homework.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as a small business owner, as just a general business owner, do your homework. You know, because even when you're an athlete, you have to do your homework. You know, when you're a boxer, you have to look at your opponent. You know,
Mhm.
so I take it as like, I'm gonna go in this business, and I gotta see how could I be, not because I'm better, but how could I be better?
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
Mhm.
for myself.
So how do you stand out?
How do I
right?
stand out? What's the difference? You know,
Mhm.
how do I get into like stores? You know, I didn't really ran into any like any issue
Mhm.
with like food wise, because I knew that you have to get like health department involved.
Yeah.
You got to get a seller's permit. You got to make it in a commercial kitchen.
Oh, okay.
You know, you got to have like the food certification to handle food. So I did my research,
So
and
you
that,
kind of know what to expect
yeah.
as you were
So
growing.
and to be like I was telling you earlier, like it goes back to Trader Joe's
Mhm.
because I worked for Trader Joe's for 14 years.
Mhm.
It's food. It's in a food industry. So when you go to Trader Joe's, if you ever been in Trader Joe's,
Mhm.
they have like samples, right? They used to give out a lot of samples.
Yeah.
So back in the days, the people that would give out samples, they would have to give like a certificate, like a food certificate, right? That you're giving out
Because
with
they're
food.
touching it and stuff.
So I would
Mhm.
always be very I'm a very curious person. I was
Yeah.
like, why do you need a certificate?
Mhm.
And why do we need that? And why do so going into a business that was food already, I'm like, I know I need to get like a food handler certificate.
Mm.
I already kind of knew what the steps are.
Yeah.
And as of right now, like I already know what's the next step. Like I
Okay.
know I like to be one step ahead. Even though sometimes you get stuck because you don't have the financial, like the money to step, but knowing that you know the right way. So when you get financially like any kind of assistance or any money coming in,
Yeah.
then you're ready to go, you're
Mhm.
hop on.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, they don't like to do, or maybe they don't know how to get that help.
Yeah.
Or
Because
they
there's
don't-
like a small business, a
Right,
bureau
right.
basically that
but
loans.
I'm a
you
very
know?
question person. Like I like
Yeah.
to ask questions.
There you go.
Like I like to be like, oh, so, and when I register, Sweet Life, with my buddy Steve,
Mhm.
I ask him so many questions. I'm sure he probably got annoyed by me.
You're like, damn, girl.
Like, damn,
you
why
know?
you-
No.
Why are you asking all these questions?
Yeah, yeah. You
But
wearing a
he was
wire
very
and shit?
like
No, I'm joking.
he California New Business Bureau, like they're very helpful,
Mhm.
100%. I asked them like, do I need a seller's permit? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you do. Or do like I register I got my LLC,
Yeah.
and then I started doing my own homework. Like I would ask him like,
Yeah.
how do I put my micheladas in the store, and like do I need like how do I get a barcode?
Mhm.
So then I looked into all that, and then I had another buddy that kind of helped me get a barcode.
Mhm.
So every item that you come up with has to have your own barcode.
Mhm.
That's your barcode. And it has to have your nutritional facts, and it has to make sure that it's approval from the health department.
Mhm.
It's approved by FDA.
Yeah.
So I mean, you have to do your research. Like regardless of how small or big your company is growing or not,
Yeah.
I would always say do your homework.
Okay.
do your homework for
Yeah.
sure. Like, I didn't get any headaches on it. I
Mhm.
think I got more. I think I'm getting more headaches of taxes, but
tell me, tell me about it. You know, for
oh
sure.
man,
And
like
California is not the friendliest state. You know?
it's not.
Yeah, yeah, for
Man,
sure.
I don't know if you have kids or not,
Yeah.
but people with no kids,
I
oh
got
man,
three
tell me.
kids and I still feel it. You
Oh
know?
man,
Yeah, yeah. It's that
it's
double income family, man. They still get you, man. You know? That's one thing I like about what Trump's doing. Obviously, I don't like a lot of shit he's doing, but
yeah, yeah,
the tax thing, obviously, you know, is gonna be a big help for me. So, you know,
yeah.
or a lot of businesses too, you know.
Yeah.
But what do you? Oh yeah, and good segue to that. What do you think about what Trump's doing right now with our people and stuff, man?
You know what? I think it's sad.
Right?
You know, I can't sit here and tell you I could relate.
Yeah.
I could relate or my family could relate because we're very blessed, super blessed, knowing that my grandma, she brought over her uncles and she brought over her cousins.
Mm-hmm.
She brought over her entire family to the United States, you know.
Oh, okay.
So, this was like many 45, 50 years ago, you
Oh,
know.
okay.
So
Yeah,
they're all good to, you know, they
Mhm.
all have like citizenship and
Mm-hmm.
so I can't 100% relate to undocumented, you know, but
Sure.
I can definitely support that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I support my Mexican community
Yeah.
100%. If there's anything I can help, I was out there, you know, I went to
Yeah,
protest
yeah, yeah.
because 100%, you know, like I support them, you know.
Yeah, I saw you weren't selling that day too, right?
Yeah, yeah. Like my
Yeah.
mom was like, you know what? Like I'm gonna do a video because, we're not gonna sell.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna close our our
Yeah.
Instagram. We're not gonna post anything
Yeah.
because I don't want to do anything. You know,
Yeah.
we're gonna support the community. We're gonna support the same people that support us. You
Yeah,
know,
it was
It's
crazy
a-
the amount of people that showed up over
it's a
there,
lot.
right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah, it's
crazy, man.
crazy.
You know, and it seems like we're not the minority,
Yeah.
right? You know what I mean?
Well,
At
I
least in
mean,
certain cities,
there's a
because
lot
you
of-
saw that it went city to city in a
Yeah,
way
yeah.
too, right? You
It was
know?
crazy
It
in
was
downtown.
crazy. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, not like more not. It was not like crazy like fighting and stuff.
Yeah.
But it was just crazy how much people were out there. You know, like
Yeah.
supporting each other. Like I love that.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
it was a really good feeling knowing that everybody supports each other, not just because you're Mexican or you're from Guatemala, Nicaragua. Like
It was all like one people basically.
yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff,
it's all one people, and like I
Mhm.
said, like I'll support her regardless. Like even though I don't have any undocumented family members,
Yeah, yeah.
like I'll still support her. You know,
Yeah.
it's kind of messed up what he's doing. You know,
Yeah.
100%. But at the same time, it's like, I mean, it's gonna benefit us. I guess like the people that are in business,
Yeah.
that are houses.
That's what I
and-
mean, and that's one thing I tell my wife too. Is like, you can never have it 100% one way.
You can't.
Like something that works for you is not gonna work for the other person. So there's always gonna be somebody that gets the short end of the stick, you know, and that sucks, you know, because
Yeah.
but yeah, hopefully you know it works out for everybody, and you know that at least this immigration thing, you know, it's just for show and it gets passed away and you know.
I
and
think
dealt
he's
with,
just
man,
doing
you know?
it to scare people not to come.
Right?
I think
yeah,
so.
huh? Yeah.
Because before he became, before he came in the presidential, like before he got, inside,
Mm-hmm.
the border patrol was already out. So they were in Bakersfield before he
Yeah.
became president.
Before, yeah.
So I'm in my head, I'm like, okay, well, so it's not Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
So who is it?
Yeah.
Because Donald Trump
You're
wasn't
right,
even,
right? Yeah, yeah.
so who is behind
Yeah.
all this, you know?
Not to sound conspiracy or nothing, but I feel like all the presidents work for the same government.
I think so.
Right? You know, and they're just refresh, no? So it sounds like there's something, a different voice, but maybe, who knows, you know? Yeah. But back to this though. So did you want to say something? Sorry, I didn't.
No,
I saw you take a breath.
I feel the same way. I
Yeah.
think they're all into it's all politics.
Yeah, right. For sure. No, it's a big circus.
It is.
And what are like for people that want to start a business? Because this is one thing we want to do is inspire people, right?
Right.
You know, to do something that they love, and everything. You know, what would you suggest to somebody that's like on the fence, like, damn, I don't know if I should invest this money in this thing that I want to do, or like what would you suggest to them or inspire them? What would you say to inspire
Never
them?
give up, never, even if your dream is so small, even if your family is against you, even if your friends are against you, if you believe on that, stick with that.
Mm-hmm.
It might give you a headache. You might want to fail. You might want to give up. you might want to just stop. You know, just don't. If you believe on that, and you believe in anything, in your product or anything, you know, your song, if you're like an artist, just stick with that. You know, it's gonna sound crazy to a lot of people, but that's your craziness.
Mm.
You
Makes
know,
sense for sure.
like a lot of people at this, I have, you know, like we talk about, I have, there's a lot of competition.
Yeah. And then that's one thing we noticed. Actually, it's pretty funny because speaking of competition, that's one thing I would have mentioned to you was when we were at the tailgate here, for a while we were the only ones that were selling the micheladas.
All the Micheladas.
Yeah, and all of a sudden we saw like a 10 across from us, a
Mhm.
10 across from, and there was like I think we were like the only business selling at the time, right, Carlos? When we first started, my bad. And then after like 5 6 tailgates, we started noticing everybody like popping up selling micheladas and everything, and we're just like, damn, this shit is so competitive. But it didn't look like they started overnight. It looked like they were a business that saw an opportunity and was like, oh shit, we're gonna show up because they had the vase, you know, like the ceramic
Oh yeah,
vases
yeah.
dipped in chamoy and with shots and everything, like way better than what we were doing and stuff, you know. And,
Different.
and props to them because I mean that's America, right? It's like everybody can have the same opportunity. But definitely, how is the competition with you? Like when you go to shows, other people are selling micheladas too, right?
Oh yeah, all the
Yeah,
time. I
all
love
the
it.
time. You
I
love
love
it.
it.
You
I
love
love
it.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I don't think I've ever told you guys, but I was a boxer
Oh, really?
for a couple.
Shit,
Yeah, yeah, I was a boxer for a couple years.
Uh huh.
I love competition.
That's funny how we say competition and then you went into boxing, like you know,
I
like.
love it. I just love it. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
it like gives me a thrive. Like oh, like and in my head it's like, go ahead, you know.
Mhm.
But I'm like, I don't. It's like a confident. You know, like I've always been confident.
Mhm.
Like my mix is good.
Okay.
Like you can put
So
yourself
you
next to
gotta
mine,
taste
and
it.
I'm not even worried about it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like your mix could be next to mine, and I'm not even like, it's all good, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
I
yeah.
went to a Michelada competition, to a Michelada Olympics,
Mm.
and I won second place.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
won second place, and
The
I've never,
watermelon one or
huh?
with the watermelon or which
Just
one?
the regular Michelada mix.
Oh, the
you know?
original one that you had?
Yeah, yeah. It was about I think 15 from 10 or 15 Michelada stands, and we were all competing, you know, for the trophy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I never really like. I mean, I saw them like they're Micheleros, but this is how I see myself different. I always look at people. I always look at other businesses like, what are they doing wrong?
Can you lower the volume, Carlos? My bad.
Like, what are they doing wrong? Like,
Uh-huh.
what could I do better? Like, something I could
Like,
do better than
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Not because I'm better than them. Like everybody has their own thing, you know.
Mhm.
But if they're doing something wrong, I cannot do that. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I've always
Why repeat it if you already know that they
yeah,
did?
yeah.
Yeah,
So I've always been like, okay, they're doing that wrong. I don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I like competition. Like I love it.
Yeah,
That drives me. Like I'm like, oh, like
it makes you better.
yeah.
right?
Like I'm like, oh, I love it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if you think I'm competing, go ahead, think. But I'm not competing.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
trying to compete with myself every day.
Yeah,
I'm trying to be better and better and better every day.
I always
know?
tell my partner right here, you know, because it's me and him that run the West Factory, right? And I always tell him because you know sometimes we get competitive even within each other. You know, when we have ideas like which ideas is better or whatever, no. But sometimes with others, right? We see others like, oh fuck, I wish I would have thought of that, you know. But it's always like we always congratulate for sure first and foremost, right? Like it's great to
Right.
see more of our folks doing something,
Right.
right? So I always like that's dope, man. I always, you know, drop that like, drop that comment, whatever and stuff, you know, and then or even buy something, right?
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah.
right?
Yeah. you support it.
But I always tell my partner like we can never compete with anybody because we got to move at our pace,
Right.
right? Because at the end we're the only challenge we have, right? Because we're gonna progress and prosper based on our pace and what we're able to do. You get me? Because once you start competing with somebody, you might just end up losing. You defeat yourself. You know, right?
When you start competing with someone, you already lost
there you go.
because you're already in your head.
Yeah, yeah,
Like don't let them get to your head.
yeah.
It's that simple.
Like
You're all-
boxing, huh? You
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
got
Don't
that
let
with
them get
boxing.
to your
Yeah.
head. Like
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what? Like if they think that you're in competition, let them. You know.
Yeah, yeah, for
I'm
sure.
like, all right, cool. Like you think I'm competing? All right, cool. You know, whatever it
Mhm.
is, what it is. You know.
Yeah.
I don't really. I go about my day. you know,
Yeah.
I go about my life.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it is what it
For
is.
sure, because that's one thing I always tell my partner too. Is like at the end of the day, we want to sleep, dude. You know, go to sleep without having to worry. Like, oh fuck, because You know, when you feel like you're competing and you're losing, or you feel like you lost, that shit beats you up too.
It does.
You know?
It does.
Yeah, yeah.
It does. And I've learned that. Like I've been in that position where you're like, man, like they got the idea before me, or they did that before me. You know, oh, they built their car before me. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that. You know, and it's like I don't even see it like that. I see it like I'm at my own pace.
Yeah.
It's gonna get done when it's gonna get done.
Right.
And I wanna do things correctly.
There you go.
I like to move the right way, but correctly.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to do it and then redo it again.
Definitely.
You know, I don't like to do that.
Yeah.
It's just waste of time and energy. You know, if you're gonna do it the right way. Take your time. Focus on what you need to do. Focus on your product. You know, focus on your business.
Yeah.
You know, if like I said, if you think I'm in a competition, go ahead. But I'm gonna go to sleep and I'm really gonna sleep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, I'm gonna go to
my
bed.
day's over and shit.
Yeah, yeah. Like everybody, like I said, everybody's dream and everybody's goal is different. You know, my goal is like I told you. You know, and like I said it, is being at stadiums. And my biggest
That's your goal right now that you're trying to get to, right?
You know, the production line and being at a stadium. You know, knowing like, man, like this whole stadium is drinking our Michelada mix.
Yeah,
and have our cups. You know, like this is where I grew up. You know,
what they call it, the $25 Michelada and stuff. You know, right?
The $25 Michelada at the Dodger Stadium.
At Dodger Stadium, yeah.
And it's like that's what keeps me going.
Yeah, that's dope.
Forget about, okay, she might even get, like, you know, they might say, oh, they want to be in a stadium because they want $1 million, you know, like, oh, they want all the money. But it's not even about the money. It's the fact that I was born and raised in LA.
Yeah.
You know,
from there to boom.
And then from LA, I
Dodger
have
Stadium is an icon and shit.
Yeah, that's the icon.
Yeah.
Dodger Stadium is the big. I actually have Dodger Stadium tatted on my arm.
Oh, shit.
The whole stadium. Because that's one of the things that my family, we're all connected. You know, we're very connected because of the Dodgers.
Everybody watches the Dodgers.
Everyone, you know, even my little nephew, you know, my nephew, my niece, you know. So that's one of the sport that we're all connected to, you know, and that's my biggest dream. You know, my biggest dream is to be at the Dodger Stadium.
Oh, that's dope. That's really dope.
And
it's good to have goals, right?
You know,
because
I mean, either the Dodger Stadium or the 49ers Stadium, you know. But I mean, hey, you never know. If whoever wants to pick it up,
for real, right?
We're available.
Yeah, and it's challenging too, right? Because a lot of that stuff, it's already owned by a company too, right? Like
they're run by a person, like somebody operates all the food industry in the stadium. So it is kind of challenging. But it's also knowing, connecting, networking, you know, making sure that you met those people that know them. That can get you in there, you know. I think that's what I love, you know. I love the networking because you don't even know, like one day you're here and then the next day you're like at a law firm serving Snoop Dogg a Michelada. And you're just like, hey, like what? Like,
and then he posts it and forget it, right?
Forget it, you know, and that's happened, you know. I was at Pasadena, and one of the foodie girls, like she had a pretty big follower. She came over, she did a video, and it escalated from there.
Oh man, that's dope. Yeah.
Yeah, she came over and
just from hard work, right?
A lot of hard work. A lot of. I just could say it's been a lot of hard work.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and then the other thing too that I think is pretty cool is like I remember when Micheladas, like the first time I ever had a Michelada, I mean. I don't want to say, but I think I was like 15, 16, because at my house, it wasn't like a big deal, right? You know?
Yeah.
And my uncle would make micheladas.
Oh, okay.
You know? With clamato, and, you know, I don't know if they still do them like that.
Yeah, they do it. They do it. Yeah.
And he would whip them up, and I thought it was like a Bloody Mary. Because that's what I could resemble it to, right?
So, yeah.
And then, you know, we always drink at a young age, my partner, everybody, you know? We were I always say we joke around. And it sucks because we feel like we were alcoholics when we were teens, and now we're not and shit, you know?
Yeah, you were like, oh, okay, that's
we're over it and shit, you know? But yeah, my uncle would make micheladas, and we would drink them, and I always thought they were flavorful, but me llenaban. They were so full, you know?
Because
like,
of the tomato and all the other stuff.
Yeah, it was so filling, so you can drink like one or two. The other story was like micheladas are for girls. Oh. Right, it's a girl drink, and I was like, I like micheladas and shit.
Oh, there's a lot of guys that love micheladas.
Yeah, right? You know?
I have a lot of, you know what? To be honest, I have more guy clients than girl clients.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot of my girl clients, they like gummies, the rim dip.
Sure.
You know, they'll buy me michelada mix. You know, they love it. But the guys, like when I'm at a show, I get more guys. Like I get more guys than girls buying micheladas.
Oh, that's
Hey, let
what's
me
up.
get 5
Yeah, yeah.
micheladas for me and my friends. You know,
Uh-huh.
let me get 10 of them. You know, let me get 10. You know, I'm gonna leave the tap open.
Uh-huh.
You know, because I'm gonna come with my buddies. You know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I have like a friend, like, you know, I have a girl that comes over, like, oh, let me just get one michelada, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And she'll just get, which her, you know, a buddy of mine gets like 15 of them, you know?
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah,
I have guys, I mean, they love micheladas too. I mean, I think that michelada worldwide is for everyone,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And I also say this, michelada doesn't have a season. Everybody says, no, michelada is only good in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Micheladas actually, my sales are actually better in the winter.
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah.
I would think they're
everybody's
like a
home.
summer thing too, but I'll drink a michelada any time of the year
Yeah,
too.
everybody's home in the winter.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants to party.
Holidays and everything
yeah,
too, right?
Yeah, they want to. they rent one of those like heaters and they're at home partying,
Yeah.
and they want a michelada or they want the michelada for the next day after
Yeah.
they're crudo, you know.
Do you remember when you had your first michelada or
Yeah,
Yeah?
I did. I was I think I was 22.
22?
And, yeah, and I went to
Not 16 like me. And
No.
shit,
My family, you know what? My mom has always been very open
Mm-hmm.
with everything.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you that much.
Yeah, yeah.
She's always been very open and very supportive. That I was never that one kid that wanted to smoke weed
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
or I wanted to drink
Sure.
because I knew that I could do it.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of the
That
kids.
took a lot of that away. Huh?
Yeah, because I knew I could do it. I
Yeah.
could go smoke. I
Yeah.
could go drink.
Yeah.
And even now, like, the other day she used my car and one of my friends, she left like a little bag of weed.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, like your friend, like she never in her mind would cross, like, are you smoking?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because she knows I don't smoke.
Yeah.
And that was never me. Like,
Oh,
I've
okay.
never smoked weed. I've never gotten so drunk where I don't even know where I'm at. Like,
Sure, sure.
I've gotten tipsy, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But not to where, like, I'm all sloppy, you know?
Sure.
I've always been pretty responsible in that way, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I've always had the opportunity to do whatever I want. And I think that's why I didn't do that. Because I feel like as a kid, when your parents tell you, no, don't do that, and no, you can't go, they want to go,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, oh,
the
you-
no always makes you more like, oh,
Yeah,
how am I
like-
doing now and shit.
Yeah, you can't go
Yeah.
with your friends. Those
Yeah,
are
yeah.
cholos. And you're like, no, I want to go with my friends,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, yeah.
And my mom's like, okay, have fun. Like,
Yeah.
you need money? I'll give you money, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I don't want to go out. Like, I want to stay
Yeah.
home, you know? So I've always had that. I always give it to her. I think that the way she kind of raised me was different than my older brother and my younger brother. I think she was a no to them all the time.
Yeah.
They're like, no, you can't go out.
Yeah.
No, and they were like, no, we're going to go out,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? And me, we're like, oh, yeah, you can go out.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's cool.
You
Huh?
know, so it's,
But that's cool because you grow up more trust like that too, right?
yeah, yeah.
With your mom, that's why you have a great relationship with your
I do.
mom.
I have
too.
a great
You didn't have to
relationship.
hide anything from her, so you were actually bonding more than trying to keep away because you know she was gonna talk shit or whatever and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually pretty dope. Paco here, Paco Erte said micheladas are for hangovers.
They are.
Yeah, right. They really help out.
They are.
I'm gonna have to try that next time for a hangover. I'm gonna go right here and read some of these comments and
Go
we'll do a
ahead.
giveaway. I see you brought some of the
yeah,
products
you know
right
what?
there
They
and
actually
stuff.
they
You know.
can hit me up.
Mm-hmm.
Those you guys can keep them, but if they want to message me and I'll give them some stuff. Some
Oh,
product.
that's cool. Sure.
for
Yeah, yeah. So
I'll
first, I want to say if anybody hasn't had a michelada, definitely drop a comment on the chat, and then we'll tap in on Instagram and send you something so you can have a michelada for sure. I think everybody, if you haven't had one, you gotta try one and shit, man, for sure, right? So even if you say fuck that and like that, at least you'll be like you had that experience and stuff.
Right.
And what better way than try the sweet life one, you know?
Right. You gotta try it.
So go here. So hey, what up, KO? KO is one of the artists we work with. We're in Oxnard tomorrow recording with Gangsta Wish.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we go to the studio in Oxnard sometimes and tap in with the people over there. And tomorrow we're over there. So we probably bring some merch. Tap in if y'all gonna need some merch. We'll be out there. Save you guys some of that shipping costs and stuff. You know. Lisa, thanks for tapping in again. Yeah, Knockout said I'm at home preparing for tomorrow. We usually like send the beats ahead of time and
Oh,
they
okay.
start writing. So when we get to the studio,
He's ready.
he's ready. This guy makes a song like in an hour for sure from scratch. It's crazy.
Really?
With the beat and everything in the studio, recorded within an hour and stuff. It's crazy, you know?
Oh wow.
Yaco said, I need a beer. All this beer talk and stuff. Huh?
He does. You need.
Oh, hey,
he needs a michelada.
He's a Hennessy drinker and shit.
Oh,
yeah?
you know what? They're actually pretty good.
With Hennessy too?
Yeah.
I'm going to bring you one tomorrow, Kyle. You could try it with the Henny, bro.
Yeah.
Lisa Gramali or Lisa said, "Oh, a Monte Carlo. That's
Yeah.
dope and shit, no?"
Yeah.
And then we got, "What up, Sweet Life? It's Lowrider 310 West. They're saying what's up to you."
What's up? What's up?
Lisa said the abuela sounds like she a little wild and shit, you know?
She's a little wild. She probably was a little wild, you know?
In her days, huh? You know?
Probably.
They're like trial and error is natural. That's what Knockout's saying. Plain michelados. Oh, yeah, so when I was telling you the story about the michelada, so I was drinking them at home, and then a couple years later, the first michelada I ever saw in the store was this alligator one, in a foam cup, a white foam cup, and it was all like in shrink wrap. You ever seen that, brand? And then
Antojitos, I think.
is it that one?
Yeah, yeah.
That was one of the saltiest one
lizard.
I ever had. Yeah, lizard, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
said alligator, huh? Lizard.
Lizard, little lizard.
Um, excuse me. That was one of the ones I tried market that was from the market. But you know, my uncle would make his so juicy that it was not really salty and stuff.
It was
you know?
different because it was fresh.
Yeah, and then this guy was like, "Oh man, like yeah, it threw me off." So I never after that tried one from the market.
Oh,
And
it
for
was
a
just a
while.
cup?
Yeah, in a white foam cup.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
it was shrink wrapped and stuff, but it was just like the rim estaba salado and shit,
Oh,
you know? Yeah.
They make it different.
Yeah,
you know?
right? Yeah. And that was one of the first ones that I ever saw too and stuff, you know?
Everybody makes it different.
All people are saying Raiders, you know. Obviously, if you talk about Niners and Rams, people start throwing.
I know.
The homie said Steelers. They're
Oh,
yeah,
man.
yeah, for sure, man. So look, everybody, whoever hasn't had a michelada, drop a comment. We'll get you tapped in with Angie right here, or you can go to, where can they find you, Angie?
Yeah, they can find us on Instagram under Sweet Life LA _.
All right.
And also on Facebook and then TikTok as well.
Oh, dope, dope. So you can tap in with her if you haven't had a michelada. She'll hook you right up for sure.
Yeah.
This is for the first person that hits her up, though.
Go
not-
ahead, messages,
yeah,
messages.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Oh.
Or you could drop a comment here on the chat. Anything else you wanted to say, or like actually, what plans you have in the future? Because I see you got gummies, you have some candies. What are you trying to add down the line? You still do agua frescas and stuff?
We do. We do. We do it more like catering. you know,
Okay.
The catering
Yeah, yeah.
events. I think our next move, you know, like I mentioned earlier, we have a different department for catering, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people, they know, they know the name.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, like they wanna see different items, you know. So
Mhm.
that's why we came up with the bar, the snack bar, the paleta,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, catering. Just not just michelada, you know. Our next plan is I have a michelada, a watermelon michelada mix coming up.
Oh, like the liquid kind.
Yeah, yeah, but
Yeah.
it's a flavor.
All right. And how does that work? The liquid one, you just pour all the beer and then like.
You put all the beer and then put like about like half an ounce, or
Uh-huh.
depending. A lot of people like the mix; it tastes really good. Just they like a lot of it, or some people just like
So
a
it's
little
based
bit.
on taste, like salt, you know? Like
Correct.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's all
cool.
based on what you like, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
But I'm actually coming out. I'm coming out with a watermelon flavor.
yeah. Uh huh.
And I want to collab with a beer.
Okay.
I want an upcoming. I think there's a brewery
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and in Hawthorne. They want to collab. They're coming up with their own lager,
Oh,
and they
dope.
want to mix it with my mix.
Oh, that's dope. That's
So
dope.
we're working on that. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
it should drop in spring
Mm-hmm.
because he's dropping his lager.
Oh,
in
that's a
spring.
good future right there for sure, man. That's some
So-
good plans to have.
We're working on that.
Yeah, yeah. So you have different things you're trying to do and stuff as well too, right?
Yeah.
You continue to do your car shows because that's your start.
Yeah,
Right?
I love it. I love
Mhm.
a lot of. You know what? I try not to stay away that much from the car shows because I've been doing it for so long, you know, and I
Yeah.
have a lot of clients, and you know, to me at this point is like I do it for them. I do it for my clients. I do it for my
Oh,
customers.
that's cool. Yeah, yeah,
I want them to be at a show, and I want them to have their favorite micheladas. You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
we have other shows we can, you know, I would love to be at too, but I'd rather give that attention to where I kind of started as well, you know.
Oh, okay.
We have private events, you know, we get hired. We're really connected with LA Live.
Mm-hmm.
They're always getting us for their like shows, when they're having like a private concert or when they're having a concert, they get us like micheladas and agua frescas for the people in the back.
Oh, that's cool.
You know, for their whole team in the
yeah,
back.
yeah, yeah.
So they normally cash us out, and then we have like they have like their tacos, our aguas,
Mm-hmm.
and if they have like they get like an alcohol permit, then we'll give them micheladas as well.
Yeah. So
But
is that something you do where you can bring the beer in the micheladas and you serve it?
so we don't really serve beer anymore.
Okay.
Obviously, it's you can't sell beer
Mm-hmm.
technically.
Okay.
You have to have a different license
Yeah.
for that. So it's
Yeah.
called the ABC
Like a
license.
bar or something, right?
Yeah, you have to have you actually have to have a restaurant. Then you apply to
Oh,
have the
okay.
ABC license, and
Mm-hmm.
then you can actually use that license somewhere else if there's an event. But there's going back, you got to do your homework on the
Sure,
research
sure.
on it. So you can't really technically sell just beer just like that. But I mean, you do it. You know, I mean, you still
Yeah,
do
yeah,
it.
yeah. Low key. Nah.
Yeah, yeah,
Nah,
you
nah,
still-
nah, nah, nah. None of that going on over here.
But I mean, people still do it. You know,
Sure.
we try not to because it's just a lot of more issues.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta buy and have enough, and not, yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
More
So-
logistical problems and shit.
It is more
Yeah.
logistical problems, but
Yeah.
we like I said, we still try to do lowrider shows for sure. Like I love it. I love
Yeah.
my people. We do from concerts to catering, fundraisers.
So you stay busy for sure, right?
I'm always busy.
Yeah, the weekends
and to top
especially
it
and
off,
stuff?
like I have a 9 to 5. You know.
Oh man, we all got 9 to 5, so they get us with that, huh?
You know, I have a
Yeah.
I have a 7 to 5 every day,
Yeah,
and I'm pretty busy myself there. You know, and when even at work, you know, my mom texts me and she'll be like, "Hey, we need this, we need that. You know, can you order it? Can you get this? You know?" And I'll order it on the phone. She'll go pick it up. You know.
Sure, sure.
But I feel like mentally, I'm always busy. Like I
Yeah.
wake up 6 a.m. and I don't go to bed till like midnight. Like my brain
Man, yeah,
is like
yeah.
constantly like.
Yeah. And you like it though, right?
I love
Like,
it.
yeah,
I love
yeah,
it.
for
You
sure.
know, I actually had to get 2 phones, like,
Yeah.
because one phone was always dying because of
Oh,
all
yeah.
messages, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
Instagram and emails. So I'm like, I love it. I love what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I keep going. You know, even if you start like a small business, you network with people.
Mm-hmm.
Those same people help you out. You know, asking questions. I think when it comes to asking questions, there's no such thing as stupid question
Yeah.
when you're in a business.
I was gonna tell you I have a stupid question right now.
Like,
That's funny that you said there's no such thing as a stupid question. It's been
because-
ringing my mind when you're talking about collabing with the brewery and stuff.
Oh,
I was
okay.
thinking, what would it take to make like a West Factory mix? Is that possible? Is that like
can?
something you can do and stuff?
Yeah.
Like how many you have to buy like of the bottles, for example? Like 100 or
So I've done this before with
Mm-hmm.
another gummy, right? Like another gummy person. Like she was like, "Hey, I want to buy you Michelada cups,
Mm-hmm.
right? But can you sell them? Can you sell them without the sticker?" But I'm the distributor. I
Yeah,
have
yeah,
a distribution
yeah.
license. I'm working on it actually. So I'll sell you the cup, and you can put any sticker you want.
Oh, I see.
So you'll have your own price.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But you have to come up with your own
Logo and all that stuff.
and your
Yeah.
own barcode and
Mm-hmm.
your own graphic and stuff like that. But
What if you wanted to make like a flavored mix though? Like a specific one?
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I've done it. I've done it before.
Yeah, yeah.
I've never done a flavor, but I've done cups
Sure.
and I've done flavor chamoy
Oh, okay.
for different.
Yeah.
I
And
did.
I only ask because we have an artist they call Knockout,
Okay.
and we've been like, at first we were thinking about making a beer
Okay.
called the Knockout, and I'm thinking a Michelada mix called the Miche Knockout or something would be dope and stuff, you know?
So you have to connect with the brewery. I
Uh-huh.
don't really know how to pronounce
Yeah,
it. A
brewery. Yeah. Mm-hmm. La cervecería and shit.
La
you know?
cervecería. There you go. Anywhere you're gonna make it, and then you gotta obviously you gotta bring me in.
Yeah.
Let them know, hey, you know, she got all her. I have to have all the paperwork. I gotta present it to them. It's everything legit, you
Yeah.
know. We're not just doing micheladas from the house, you know.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it
for
has
sure.
to be everything legit,
Yeah.
you know. FDA approved.
Mhm.
Gotta make sure that we got the health permit. We gotta make sure that you have your liquor license to resell if you want to resell.
Yeah, with the beer, right?
With the
yeah.
beer, if you
Mhm.
don't, then I don't think you have to. I'm
Yeah.
not really
No, we're
sure
giving it
about
away
that.
on donations and stuff.
But if you want to, you can do it too.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, there's a
It's how they sold the marijuana, no? Like we don't take money; it's a donation, you know. It just has to be $20 though, you know.
There's actually another Michelada company that has expired me right now. That
Uh-huh.
I was like, man, like I think I'm gonna do that. You
Yeah.
know, they have a nonprofit organization
Mhm.
and they do events and they promote their Michelada.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
At that show, like at that event.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's a nonprofit.
Mm-hmm.
So everything they make goes back to the community or
Yeah,
go
yeah.
back
That's pretty dope.
to anything. And I'm like, hey, like, you know what? Like,
It's a good idea, huh?
that's a good idea.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, for
because I'm
sure.
such a big, I like to give out. I like to
Yeah.
give out. I
Mhm.
love giving out, you know?
Mhm.
And I have like like I said, shout out to Gordo Havachi. Like he loves to give out to people all
Mhm.
the time. He inspires me all the time because he like, he goes out and he just gives away stuff all the time.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ask him for a shrimp fried rice and stuff, man.
It's good.
And I
It's good.
bet it is.
He's been in the wild. He actually was feeding the firefighters
Oh, that's cool and shit. Yeah,
for
yeah.
the fire. He was feeding them for like 20 days.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must have been good too.
And he's been really busy, but he inspires me to keep going hard, you know?
That's dope. That's good, man. You gotta surround yourself with people that are ambitious and inspire you for sure. I
For
think.
sure.
You know?
Yeah, you can't have people that look at you in any kind of different way, you know?
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, we're coming up in over an hour right here. So, is there anything you want to say to anybody?
No, big shout out to the city of LA.
Oh, for sure, man.
You know, I love you guys. You know, if it wasn't for city of LA and just California, we wouldn't be in business.
Oh, all right, that's where it all started, man.
It all
right?
started in
Now,
California.
look, you're gonna be in AZ.
I
Yeah.
love, you know,
You know?
that's my next state. You know, I can't say much,
Yeah,
but
yeah, for
I'll
sure.
be at an event, you know, super
Yeah.
show.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my next state. I kind of want to do something there.
Oh,
you know?
dope, for sure,
I
man.
want to
Oh, that's dope.
maybe sell at a liquor store there, or maybe have like a market there.
Yeah,
you know,
gotta
that
get
have-
into the 7-Elevens. They're worldwide.
They are.
You know, that's like 7-Eleven's the biggest retailer in the whole world and shit.
They are.
I've been to China and they have 7-Elevens that are like the size
They
of
have
closets.
7-Elevens
you know?
in Tijuana.
Yeah, everywhere.
Mexico,
They're the
yeah.
biggest retailer in the whole world and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
You know,
It's different.
crazy.
Honestly, 7-Eleven is a very different. I think I've looked into it,
Mm-hmm.
and to get, I mean, I guess everybody could get it in differently.
Sure.
The way I kind of want to work into 7-Eleven is I sell my Michelada mix or our cup to like a beer distribution company.
And
So
they
when
put it as a,
Yeah, so when they go out there and restock,
Mm-hmm.
they tell the 7-Eleven, hey, you guys want to try these new cups we have? So you sell it to them, and then it's
Yeah.
their part.
And it's
They gotta-
easier too. It's
it's
probably
easy.
better.
Yeah,
faster.
because I just deal with the beer
Yeah,
distribution. You know,
mhm.
I don't really deal with 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
But a lot of people just go on their own, and they do their thing. Like
Yeah.
they talk about it, like, hey, you guys want to carry it, and they get it. I wanna go a different route.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, that's
Like,
dope.
It's always good to be different.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah,
you know?
and understanding it is
Yeah,
the key too,
and
right?
if
Yeah.
I feel like there's always gonna be a hiccup,
Mm-hmm.
but it's always gonna be like, okay, cool. If this doesn't work, can we try another? Like, can we try something else?
Yeah.
But always try to see if it make it work. Try to see if you can do it. In any way.
The comments started dropping. They're like, make a West mix.
There you
You
go.
know?
There you go.
Yeah, I'll tell you, we plugged in though. We already plugged in, so we'll see what we can get out of this, and make something happen for sure.
There you go.
But no, yeah. So we coming up. So anything you want to say? Just
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for having me.
nah,
You
for
know,
sure. Thanks for coming, definitely, man. Making time for us and everything.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's the world's so small. It's crazy. We got connected from Chito, and then Reina.
Yeah, we know Reina. Isn't it crazy?
Reina's good people, man. I love
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
She's
And
good
the
vibes.
Hillside Rider or something, right? The Hill Mile Riders, the bike club. Because they dropped a comment too, like, "Oh, Angie's the homegirl and shit,"
Mile riders.
High Mile Riders.
Yeah. So they're actually good friends with my other my friends that are from La Clica,
Uh-huh.
the bike.
Yeah.
So I know them. I know the president Paco
All
and
right.
his wife Becky. Like
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
them for many years.
Yeah.
And they're always like, man, they love me. They
Yeah.
love my mom too. They're always like, come ride with us, come ride. But it's not. It's always like, it's not that I don't want to. It's I just don't have the time.
The time,
Like I
yeah,
wish.
yeah. And those bike rides, they ain't going around the block and
No,
shit. They're
they
going
go
city to
far,
city and
and-
shit,
And they go to San Diego,
Yeah,
Big
yeah,
Bear,
yeah.
and I love it. I
Yeah.
always say like, I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to all
Sure.
you guys. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
give
And
me
the
a little
car
time.
and stuff,
Yeah, give
Yeah,
me
yeah.
time. I'm gonna
Yeah.
get to the car and I'm gonna get to the rides.
You're putting your building blocks up right now, man.
pretty
So,
much.
Yeah. that's
Pretty
dope.
much. I feel like the car it could have been built, but it just hasn't had 100% the time for it,
Yeah.
it hasn't been my priority.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
I want to be able to make sure that I have everything correct. I want to make sure that I accomplish my goal before I accomplish a hobby.
Yeah. For sure.
I see that as a different,
That's a good mentality to have for sure.
know.
It's like work hard first, play hard later, no?
Yeah,
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 yeah.
for
Like I
sure.
want to be able to enjoy when I'm 45 and just chill.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
a lot of people, they party when they're young. Don't get me wrong.
yeah,
I'm sure I missed a lot of parties. I missed out on a lot.
yeah, yeah.
But I have different goals.
Yeah.
I've always had different goals in life.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they've been misunderstanding. Because like, oh, she thinks she's too much, but it's not that.
Mhm.
I've always like I have a set goal.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
I want to, like I want to chill at 50. Like
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
want to
yeah.
chill. Like I want to be at the Bahamas just chilling.
Yeah, yeah, or do whatever you want, basically, no?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I might
Yeah.
be too old to enjoy, but I'm gonna be okay.
No, for sure.
Instead of being stressing out. I have to go to work. I'm 50 years old. My
Yeah,
back
yeah.
hurts.
For real, not being able to move. That's why me and my wife had kids when we were young.
Yeah.
Because we're like, yeah, man, we're gonna be some young ass grandparents and stuff. You know?
Hey, that's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
cool though. Like
You
I
know?
mean, shout out to everyone that has kids. It's not easy.
No, yeah, I have a 14-year-old. We going through those challenges, and my daughter's 11 and 9 right now. She's about to be 10 back to back almost. And
So
stuff,
they're all like almost preteens.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like-
and I can't wait till they're out of the house, and nah, I'm joking. Nah, I already told my daughters they're gonna live with me forever and stuff. You know?
It's pretty hard nowadays. It's expensive,
Yeah.
and it's a different, like for sure it's different.
No.
Than
It's good.
before.
It's actually a good time. I'm telling my kids and my wife too is it's a good time because right now, like, being an entrepreneur is so much easier. I think
Than
as long as you're
before.
willing to put in the hours.
Yes.
And it's
I've
like
heard that many times.
if you have an idea, you can make it happen faster than you could ever do it before, because social media alone is the platform that you created marketing to make marketing a lot easier. I guess
Social media is a big,
Right?
big platform.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
know, It's crazy.
Yeah, it is, right?
It's-
So it made life a little bit easier for people that want to do something,
For sure.
but you still got to be able to strap your boots on and make it happen.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know? For sure.
I posted this I posted this post on my Instagram the other day is use your 9 to 5 to build your use your weekend and your 9 to 5 to build your future.
Mm-hmm.
Use your 9 to 5, use your weekend
Yeah,
to build
that's a good
you
thing
know,
to think like that. Yeah.
to build your future.
Mhm.
Because when I was younger, obviously I didn't party, I didn't do none of that,
Mhm.
but I spent a lot of money,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna lie, I spent a lot of money on females.
Them girls, man, I'm telling you.
Man, let
shit,
me
man.
tell you.
Yeah. Hey,
Ooh.
I'll tell you guys a funny story, man. Nobody ever taught me how to manage money. So the first time I got a hold of it, I had this job where I worked for 6 years. It was my first official job, and I never knew about 401ks or anything, right? And I met this guy, Dave Holloway. Shout out to Dave Holloway, this old white man, and he guided me and said, "Hey, whatever you do, get the 401k, max it out." I worked at this company for so long. When that company moved, I think I had $16,000, dude. And
Saved.
this in that 401k, and they were talking about rollover because I was switching jobs and stuff.
Oh, right, you could.
And I was like, roll over. I was like, give me that check, And then I took the check, and I was young. I mean, with my wife, we blew that 16K.
Yeah,
like nothing.
It goes.
It was the first time I ever had
That much money.
That much money.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, I didn't know what to do. I wish I would have had that knowledge back then because that would have been more money. But we blew. We started going out every day to eat. We were buying all kinds of shit, and like we lived it. We still have those memories that we put together, spending all that money,
Yeah, yeah.
We don't have a dime of that now and shit, but we had to restart and rebuild it. But
Right.
now I learned that knowledge, like, okay, I know I gotta save, and now I know what to do with what I save,
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have never known, no? Like, you gotta go through those errors sometimes and
Sometimes
stuff,
you do.
Yeah.
I went through a lot of errors in life.
Yeah.
I think now that I'm 35,
Mhm.
I'm kind of like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want to do that.
Yeah,
But no, I think I was young in my 20s.
Mhm.
I was trying to I guess I wasn't trying to fit in, but I was more like, I want to start a family. I want to settle down.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
God has other plans. I
Yeah.
feel like when God is telling you over and over and over, and it keeps giving you signs, it's because it's not time yet.
There you
know?
go. Yeah, yeah.
Like it's not your time.
Yeah.
It's not your time to do that. It's not
Yeah.
your time. So I feel like maybe one day I'll have a kid, with someone, maybe
Yeah.
I'm not,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But now that I'm 35, I wouldn't obviously make the same mistakes.
Sure.
But I was younger and I would make a lot of dumb mistakes
everybody does.
financially,
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Now that I'm 35,
Yeah.
I'm very like selective,
Yeah.
You gotta be very selective on how you spend your money,
Definitely.
even time.
Yeah.
Time and money it's very powerful.
Yeah, I think time's more valuable than money
It
when you
is.
think about it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the same thing I tell I say like networking is time, So it's like you go to an event and you don't sell anything, but you connected it with Ice Cube's brother.
Yeah.
For example, you're there to sell shirts,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't sell not even one shirt, but
Yeah.
Ice Cube's brother's there, right? And he connects you with somebody else.
Yeah,
And you go to another event and you sell out.
definitely.
So it's like you might not sell at the moment,
But it's
but
still a win.
it's still a win because
Yeah.
you got connected with Ice Cube's brother
Yeah.
and he brought you to another show and you blew up,
Yeah.
like.
And that's why it can't just be about, like you said, making money. It has to be about making your connections and creating a good experience for anybody that stops by.
Right.
Definitely.
Right. Yeah. The experience is the most important.
Definitely.
The experience, the vibes, everything has to kind of blend in.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys for having me.
No, dope. I
You know,
appreciate you coming through
you.
and making
Thank
time
you.
for us.
Of course.
A few announcements for sure. Gangsta Wish, we got 3 new jams. We're locking in. They're going to be dropping soon. We got KO's Toxic Love out right now. And we got one coming out on the 27th called Friends with my boy Wito on the hook. If y'all heard a preview already, banger. And we ready to upload Rap Cat, which is going to be another banger. We keep on grinding and stuff. We got 15% off on our website. We got a buy one, get one free on the hats. Make sure y'all go to the website, cop some of that gear. And we in Oxnard tomorrow. Hit us up on the IG if you want to get any gear. That's what we're going to have on deck over there. Hats, beanies, and stuff like that. Some sticker packs if you just want to pull up. And again, thanks for everybody that tapped in. Thanks for everybody that keeps tapping in with us, dropping comments on the chat and everything. And you're right, Lisa. Money comes and goes, but we still here. And as long as you keep on thriving, that's all we can do, right? But thanks again for everybody that tapped in. Everybody have a good night and enjoy your weekend. Remember, we got another episode on Sunday at 2 p.m. Make sure you tap in. Thanks a lot, everybody. Woo! Good?